Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. My name is Katie. My channel here is called Planning My Energy because, chronic illness and neurodiverse brain here. And yeah, I need to kind of see how things go every day to, I don't know, just to not get burned out, to try to even out like my workload, to simplify things, to help think through things before like I spend a bunch of physical energy on things. Yeah, that's what you get here. So I have a personal planner that I use a lot, but this year I really like the Sterling Ink A5 inserts. And I have a few covers that I brought with me. I moved to the Netherlands this last summer. And so here, 6 months later, I'm using what I have around. And because it is a lot harder to get things here, but I'm really happy with the things that I brought with me. I still have quite a collection, but it is pretty simple. Like I'm just looking around at my desk here and it could probably fit in. I brought most of it in like a smaller suitcase about the size of this area right here, twice. So I had come over twice. And so, I mean, thick. I mean, there was still quite a lot, but because you have to have like a smaller suitcase if you're going to just fill it with books. Like it's when you pack books for a move, you put them in the smaller boxes, not the large boxes, but I digress. So the covers that I was trying to choose between was, I mean, almost the same color, this Moterm Veg Tan that I got about a year ago, at least a year ago, because, yeah, I think so. And I'm not sure what made that on the back, but, oh, I know what it is. It's my bookend. It was right up against, you know, because I keep them kind of upright and all kind of displayed. So I really love this one, but I use this one for finances. So this is my like finance book, and I've gone through, I think if I remember, I do have a video on this that I'll link below. If there's no link, I did not do a video and I'm just hallucinating like AI, but I'm pretty sure I did before I actually put like all my numbers in here. So, but I like this one so much because it's stiffer and it's a little heavier and it's heavier duty for a lot of like flipping around and stuff. I don't know. There was something about this that I wanted to keep everything in here. So I do use this one quite regularly. The other one I have, which I love, is all squishable, is this Malden Filofax, and very, very squishable. But it didn't feel right. I keep all my extra paper in here for now. If I get tired of this one, I'll switch back to this one because I do really like the quality of this and just how it feels. I have a couple of the small Maldens that just, they feel so good. But it was just, I don't know, a little too floppy. But I don't know. So I got this one from May Paper Co. a couple years ago. It was like at the tail end, and I didn't realize she had put this one out. This is a faux leather. This is not a real leather, as far as I remember, but it feels very much like a leather, like it's squishy and it's malleable. It feels really good. And I know she still has these. If it's real leather, I will let you know, but it wasn't priced like real leather. So I'll leave a link to the other colors. I don't think she has this one anymore, but I bought like one. She had grades of like if they didn't have any problems with them, they were like an A and then a B and a C, for things that were wrong. I had also a personal wide of this that was like really cheap. But I gave that one away because I really wasn't using that size. I love A5. And I don't know, this one just felt right. there's like enough like squishy, enough organized and clean, and enough like, I don't know, there's just this right balance for me for this. So my plan is to use this for work. I don't know exactly how yet, but I did kind of set this up, and that's what I wanted to share today. So I don't have anything over here, and I don't think I really will. I like having this clean. So I have a thick piece of acetate over, and then I have these for every single month. They're from Crossbow Planner Company. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. And they have, let's see, what did I put in here? I have them all back here, and they have like little themes, and they'll have the quarter, and then it in different languages here, and then a time for new beginnings. And I just love this kind of layout. It is clear. Sorry, just frosted, you know, like a vellum. But the flowers are underneath here. And this was from a Glittery Life Plans, I think. I'll have these linked below. I don't think she offers them, but I'll just link the shop. She has other stuff kind of rotating out. But I love this kind of layered look. I also wanted to keep it really clean. The tabs are from Crossbow. A lot of this is kind of from Crossbow, but and then the actual inserts were I did get the gold ones, and so that's why I think I like this one the best, because the other two are silver. I think that's probably the main thing. The other thing is, for laying flat, it does pretty well, but sometimes it gets just like a little hump right there. So what I did was separated out the sterling ink, so I have like a year. So if I need to look at the years, the first tab, and then I can look at these. Now this is the exact same as her bound books. And then I was thinking I could put YouTube numbers on all of these. So I have subscriber count and how much I've earned from those. So I probably won't be like directly sharing those. Oh, and then I'll probably do I almost have the name for it. Something board, a vision board. I forgot that in one of my earlier videos. And so I really want to do like a business vision board here. I feel like last year's really helped me. So, and then this one being an overview, I don't think I'll use it too much, but it might be nice to like just refer to. So yeah, I just penciled YouTube there because that's what feels right for those. And then here I just penciled in some things of like what I want to do for each month and for the quarter. And then I don't know what I'm going to be putting here. The other thing here is I have a clear dividers on the bottom that go directly to the points. So I have two tabs. These go to the sections, the beginning of the sections. These go to right in the middle of what I need for where I am at that day. So if I want to check in on the quarter, it's the first one here. And I love that I can just like see through them. So if I write anything, I can just flip back and forth, but I can still see everything. And then, yeah, it has the rest of the quarters here. But then I don't need, this is what some people kind of complained about, because this is her first year with sterling ink having dated inserts, was that you can't really split up the months because they are back to back, but you could, and then just keep moving them every month. But I decided just to leave them all together. So to have all the quarters together, the December is split, which is no big deal, right? And then you go into monthly. This is her card for the monthly that comes with them. And then you have, this is my next tab here to just go to the current month. And this is a thing that I do. I don't label my tabs, not for rings. Like sorry, that got stuck. I will for a bound book sometimes. I think sometimes, but not too often. I love to be able to move them around, and I love that I'm not staring at my own handwriting, and I love that I'm not looking at stickers. I remember which one is which. I just like, I know like year, month, week, and then back here is just notes. I'll show you in a moment. That's all I need, right? So here I have them back to back, so I'll be referring to them here. The other thing you'll notice is that they're very plain. So that's the part I was going to jazz them up a little bit in here. And I'm not going to show like regular weeklies. So yeah, here's where I put, oh, I was like, what is going on here? Why are there 2 Januaries? This is January of the next year. That is back to back. So it just goes from December into January, and I just happened to tuck them in right there. So I do have all my months, including an extra January, have access to for just planning. This will be primarily where I put like social media when my videos are coming out. I'm just keeping it very like videos and Patreon here. And yeah, I really thought about like, maybe I just put in the month that I'm using, but I do want to plan ahead a little bit. And there is a couple blank pages in this area here. So you do have, I can put some other like project-based things there if I wanted. And then you get into the weekly. Again, this was one of the vellums from that same set. There were only 4 images that came with that set. I was looking around for the 5th one because usually you have 5 tabs, and she only had, I had to go back to her receipt a couple years ago going, was there 5? Am I just making it up? Yeah, I was making it up. Again, hallucinating. So I wanted to make sure that I talk about that there's only 4. So this is the weekly. Yeah, you get 1 blank here, so you can kind of divide that up. And so this will be for my first week. And these are all the weeks together here. So this area, I'm not going to be planning too much further ahead. This is more like planning ahead in the months and then planning just per week in the weeklies. And in my personal, I would jump ahead and go, oh, I have this appointment here or this appointment here. I'm going to keep these pretty much blank. And I'm keeping them just really clean. Like I just need clean for a while because I'll be decorating in my other one. But I just want, that's why I like these so much and appreciate Sterling Ink, is that the structure is there. All the dates are there. Excuse me. I don't want to put a ton of effort into creating a unique like weekly space every week, because I already do that. I can do that for personal. But for here, I did get these stickers from Color Cafe when I ordered through Journal Blend here in the Netherlands. She has, sorry for the noise. You only get 1 sheet. She has things from like Serica Studio, Color Cafe. I'm trying to think other big ones. She has her own stickers. I failed to mention that sometimes, but yeah. So I thought these matched this really, really well. Like they almost look like a set. So what I wanted to do was just use these sporadically in here. I'll probably use the whole sticker sheet up and then use these a little bit. I was thinking about these, but they don't feel right. Like this, it just, for business, like this feels a little bit more personal. I'm thinking about using these little ones and putting them, because I love to have like a little script. and putting them like right here. These definitely work better. So this is from Rosie Papery, I think. They work like really well in like a pocket or weeks or something really small. But I also didn't want to put things down here. I want to be able to use this space. So I was thinking of just having like a little flower and one of these up in the corner for every month. And so that's what I was going to do on camera. Was just kind of pick, I think they will all fit up here like this one. They're so pretty. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see just like the detail of these. I just love them so much. What I'm trying to have is a cohesive look for this whole set here. So I think I'll do that. And then the weekly, the main thing on the weekly, as you saw, was she has a whole section down the side here. And I kind of like that this is protecting the side as I'm like, I can point to things or I can like scratch this and know that the things are protected underneath. That's kind of, for me, a plus. I know in so many other rings planners, people have like tons of stuff in theirs, but I also know there's people who keep it very clean like this too. I've seen planners do exactly what I'm doing. It's just very clean. They go off of the design. So it could be a little boring for you, but there's something that I just need a container to contain ideas and when things are, and clients and Patreon and all the things that you're trying to juggle. And I do keep a lot of it in my head. I do. And I also am a little bit too reactionary. I want to start planning ahead much further than what I'm doing. And so that's the point of this. So here, she has little dots here. So you could draw like a line over and make little boxes here. I don't feel the need to do that because I also don't want to do it every week. I feel like it's enough that if I wanted to write just a little thing, not even in every box, but like here, I'm doing a plan with me. That's what I usually do. That's like my tried and true that I've done over the years. What I want to do now is kind of sprinkle in, okay, where do the Patreon ones go? Where do the, just any other videos that I'm doing, have them here. But then I'm like, well, what do I keep track of the rest of this? I feel like the rest of this will be kind of a to-do list for the day. And I just, as I mentioned in just my previous video, of like, sometimes you just need a to-do list for the day. And there's a lot going on, but I don't want to like rewrite it every single day. But I think I might start just writing what I get done every day. And maybe I need to see per hour. You know, that'll be kind of nice to be able to see that at times. But I'll have to see. Like, that's my original plan of like, this is like an intention of like when my videos are, so that when I am planning the rest of my week and have some client calls and things like that, because I'm in definitely dealing with people in multiple time zones, I might need to coordinate that. I usually let my digital calendar handle all of that, just so, because I could, if I just kept it all in my head, it would definitely cause problems. So I may just like make sure they're being converted so I know like, okay, this is so this is like Amsterdam time. We're outside of Amsterdam, but like that's our time zone. Amsterdam, which is Paris time, same time, compared to East Coast, compared to West Coast of the US. And those are, and I know there's more in the middle, but those are the primary ones that keep coming up. So I won't be decorating any of these. The other tabs back here then are, and the only, like, because this wasn't perfect, I think this was a B grade, is like, this isn't perfectly flat right here. This one is, these are down here. These are very smooth. These, this first one up here is, and I haven't been pulling it, but that was the reason this one was on sale. So I have sterling ink lined paper to like jot down notes for clients or things. And then I have this fourth tab here to go in between lined and grid so that I have access to either if I just need to flip it open and take some notes. So that's all of these. Sometimes I have some online orders. These are from May Paper Co. I just printed this one out. Now, the other thing here, if you notice, all of the sterling ink inserts are square, and I'm not going to be like rounding those off. I have a punch, but I'm not going to. Her previous inserts were all round here. And so these are two different, I think I failed to mention that. This is the Cosmo Air paper, so they're thicker, which I'm really excited about. I do think it would be too thin to have the Tomoe River paper. I don't mind it for like notes and things. It's very much more floppy, but very much looking forward. That this has like an alternate layout. There were multiple reasons where I was like, yeah, I really want to try this year. So having the thicker paper, not seeing through as much, to me, lets me focus on my work a little bit more. For personal, I don't mind it so much. And there's going to be, I think, some bleed through. I might use some dot markers on here. I'm just trying to see. I might do a pen test on this. There's a blank. This one here, I think, is completely blank on both sides. There's an extra page in here. I might do a pen test on there and see what comes through. I don't have as many dot markers here. I did get rid of some. Let's see. I have... So I'm not going to be able to do a very big pen test at all. It's I know a lot of people have like these huge pen collections, and I have, well, this kind of matches. This is the Laurel Denise, although there's kind of a blue there. I love these. Her pencil pouches, they're huge and they're beautiful, and they're a bright pink in the middle. So I do have the Moxie Life dot ones. These definitely do go through a lot, but possibly not the Cosmo Air. I don't have high hopes, but and then I have some zigs. Let's see. I don't think I kept many. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, I think I only have like that. These are like the muted ones. They're really beautiful. And then I have some mild liners. Yeah, I don't think I kept many. Now that I'm looking, I thought I had more dot markers, but I kept the Moxie Life ones. These are the Moxie Life highlighters and dots because I was using their system and I wanted to use their the colors of their categories. And now I'm just taking a peek here. I'm just moving stuff really quick to see if I brought anything. No. Unless they're in here. Let's see what's in here. These are just, so I can do like some pen tests in here. There's a few like just permanent pens, but I don't really use them very often. I'm sure someone else out there has done some pen tests. I'm wondering. Yeah, these are all, so these are my erasable pens, and this is what I like the most. I do have these in a bunch of colors that I might use instead of like any kind of dot markers. So I might, that's what I do in my like financial planner that I was just showing. And Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I don't have really bright colors of these guys, but they're just nice and muted. These are, it was just a little single set, and I must have, yeah, given them away. But that's okay. These are some really beautiful colors. This is plenty. Like, I don't, even these, I don't use all these anymore. I do use them in, like, at the end of every month, I go through categories and I just have like a reflection time that I go through things. But even if I just use these, I think that would be enough. And I'm trying to think if I also have like a little something I could put these in to keep them together with this. I'm going through my stash over here, so I'm sorry. But I do have one little pencil case and I'm trying to grab really quick. Okay, so I was thinking of this one. This is a Laurel Denise with her signature, you know, hot pink there. I don't think the blue goes like really well with this, and then this isn't really made to go around something this big. I'm just thinking about like if I just kept these in here, because I only need something about this size, and maybe I could keep it kind of, you know, off to the side like that. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm just kind of like winging it. It was like I could do that just to kind of keep them together, or just keep this on top like that and just keep them together this way. I do like how this kind of matches. But so yeah, that's kind of what the back is here. And then I just, as I mentioned, I have all the months here so I can swap these out. I just really like how I've used these for a couple of years of swapping these out. So like May, a time to develop and grow, time to organize and simplify for April. I don't know. There was just something there that I really liked having those there. And then the back, I don't have anything, and I just have a page lifter on the back because I don't have tons in here. So if we go to a month here, this is primarily, because it does say January here, but it's very small. And so I just wanted to have like a little something. I was making sure there's not plastic over top of this. So here we go. Let's try this. So if we get a January, you know, these are both clear. So they're going to blend in with everything. And then what looks kind of like, to me, this one looks like January because things aren't growing yet. And maybe I'll kind of take that as my lead of like, let's start off with like really, and these are very delicate. Like start off with like the buds being kind of tight, kind of like just forming. And how do I want to do this? I could do a couple things, just have them very separate like this. I could also try to fit them next to, and I don't think that's going to work because I'm looking at these now. Like this one is going to look absolutely, I could switch it up. We could kind of see how each month goes. Like this one could be really pretty for May. I just happened to flip to May here. Or I could just have it just one somewhere on here. But I want to keep something consistent. And I think it's the actual month here. I think I can fit them all. Like if I took even December off here, it's going to fit probably. Let's see. Because I'm an organized person. I want something. I'm creating this system like on the fly here. But this is usually what I do for a setup is like, okay, what am I doing for each month? Now November is pretty big. Maybe I should look at no, September is like the biggest one. Let's go to September. You look at your biggest ones and you see how that's going to fit. So actually, because it goes to 2 digits, that's going to be where I'm cramped the most. Let's go to November. Because I just saw the 9 is going to leave a little bit more room, but November here is kind of like the biggest one. And I think what I want to do is, yeah, this is where it kind of gets, I don't mind overlapping like a little. Do I want this here? Because once I stick this down, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back up. If I put that here and then just find a place, you know, to put some flowers, I could just scatter a few and then just have, yeah, I thought this might fit here, but it's looking kind of squished. But if I keep it here, I know it says November twice though. Do I want to white it out? No, not really. And that's why I'm not putting it down here at all, because you see on some of these, there's no room. And I like being able to see the numbers of the next week to know like, oh, the 29th and then the 6th of December comes right after that. So I love this. I don't mind not having that space, but I don't really want to put it down here. Or I could, you know, that's a possibility to just put them all down here. I like them up here a little bit more though. I do wish it just didn't say November there. I like the 2026 and the 11, but I could put it up here. I could put it up here. That's a possibility. So like this is the only part I didn't quite figure out yet, and that's what I really wanted to kind of do it on camera. Okay, so that's what kind of November looks like. If we go back to January, and I have the January one, do I want to put this up here? Because then it's not right next to each other at all. And this is on the plastic. Let's not stick it to the plastic. I could put them up here because I am going to be looking at the, yeah, I don't really like that either. Again, this is off limits. I think I'm just going to be looking at like using one of these lines as a baseline. I'm not going to be writing tons in the side area here, so I think I want to just kind of do this. I want a little accent, but I don't want it to be huge. And I really like that because there's no other like script writing anywhere else. And I just need a little bit. So we'll go back to November and we are on the second line. And this way, you do kind of not notice that so much. And you kind of have your eye drawn here, but I'm kind of centering it in the sidebar the best I can. I know that N is just really large. So I think I want to do that. And then I think I'm going to just, again, use that same concept. These are very sticky stickers, both of them. So I don't mind handling them. So let's go ahead and put those on the rest of the paper since that feels good. I'm not overlapping anything. Each one has some space. And I'm just trying to center it and not be perfect about it. I really like that. Nice and subtle. I did get 2 of these in case I wanted to do it to like a weeks or a TN or something. But I'm also really trying to not use much, like keep it simple. But I did find, like if I was trying to keep it all in one space, it was getting a little overwhelming. Now, I know I talked about using the paper tests. It's a little too far. Let's see how this moves. If I tend to go really slow, it usually does pretty well. The paper test managers last year, I used the A5 Slim managers. And I also, after they really went on sale, I got the larger B5 size because I was really interested because it has, I believe, the Cosmo Air. I think both Paper Test and Sterling Ink are both doing that. The A5 Slim kind of like lining up in multiple ways. Like I'm lining it up here, not necessarily here. I'm looking at this base. But then sometimes visually, that's, again, I don't know if this will come up very easily. We might just need to leave August where it's at. Anyway, I found that it was, I think I'm just gonna have to leave that. I can try, yeah, these other ones feel good. That one feels a little off. But I might try to, I don't have a Goo Gone, but let's just try to get the rest of them on and center them pretty easily. So I did love all the extra kind of layout things that it provided, but it ended up being too much. And I actually didn't use it that much. I kept saying I was going to show how I was going to use it, but I'm like, this, like the tracking of everything, I really thought it was a good way to track things. And I know a lot of people really enjoyed it for a hybrid planner. And I think I saw way more people being successful using it that way as a hybrid planner. And I know, look, I haven't watched a whole lot of videos. Oh, don't stick there. So I may be missing out, but this is just what I've seen. And yeah, this is all feeling really good except for that 1 month. Feels just, August feels okay. Let's see if I can redeem myself with April here. Yeah, feels good. There's like space you kind of need to visually have around some letters. A's have a lot of space around them, so sometimes they look smaller, and the M's here look gigantic. Okay, so, and I'm really not going to be going outside of the 12 months. I know I have that January, but I'm not going to decorate it. It's just going to be something that if I need to like use it occasionally. There, we used one of those. Yeah, I guess that's over just a little bit. But again, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So this August, let's see if we can do anything about it. I have a feeling no. Oh, some hope. So anyway, I thought, you know, I could use one area of the paper tests managers, that A5 slim size, for like almost like a Gantt chart, or for the, I think it's called a rolling weeks or something. I tried, but here's the other thing. Basically, the work that I did this year, I could keep it all in my head or add a few things to my personal calendar. Because we moved, okay, I got this coming up here and I'm just slowly having it release. Oh, it's coming. There we go. Because we moved, oh, there's like no film left. So some of these do leave some film, but this one is not. Okay, that feels better. Still not perfect, but it feels, it might be even a little bit more that way than I want, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to go back to January, and now we're going to place, I'm going to start with placing just one for each month. And this is what I did when I actually used Laurel Denise, their big book. I love their typography and their layout so much. I got rid of them. I don't have any with me, but I just had like one little sticker up near the top, and I just had a different one for each month, and it just added enough that I was like, that's awesome. So because I have some room down here, I'm just kind of wondering, I really like the simplicity of just having this kind of right here. Okay, so we have 1 month, and then we're going to go into February. So let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to have to use some of these and some little ones. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I'm not counting these right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we placed one, so that's 10. So we just need to use like a couple, like this for a month and this for a month, and add a couple little ones, or maybe like a couple. So I just wanted to count those out. So what looks like it? You know what? This one looks like a February because it's like two here, and I could put them all here, but I can't because there's going to be some months that don't. I'm thinking about placing it here because I don't know, I really like that for some reason. Again, just simple. Now, for some reason, this one's kind of calling to me because these bigger ones, this one definitely feels like as you get into the summer months, and then we'll have to kind of think of the winter months here too. Actually, that one looks a little bit more like winter. What is March? And this is just intuition. This is just me. This is just what I want to do. I really like this one. And so, yeah, we've gotten into a month here that has this down here. So I'm thinking I kind of want to put it somewhere. I know it'll cover up this 16, but maybe I can peek it through a little bit. Like that. This is, you know, it's kind of like a surprise each month. Just kind of like what's happening here. So do I want to jump to make sure the winter months are okay? Like August, I want to do really big blooms. We're not using this January. So like December, I kind of just want to use these little ones. Oh, here's some buds. Here's like, let's do this. Let's do like this along the side. And this to me feels a little more November. So I think there's a little bit of fall feeling there. I don't know why. If you haven't trusted your intuition for a while, this is a really good way to do so. Is just, I mean, putting stickers down is a way to do that. But if you're trying to kind of come up with a vibe or something, or like going which ones match with which things here. Ooh, I like this one. Where can maybe I can put this kind of sideways here. Like across here. And then put something else somewhere else. Or I can kind of do, ooh, I really like this. So like that. I'm just loving how these feel. These are working really, really well. And like this one here, these are both kind of meandering and have this kind of come up through here. Now this first really isn't, like some of these pages, I'm trying to avoid having, I might come back and put like a little guy, a little flower in there, but I wanted to make sure that those months, now the really big months like July is just like, sometimes it's big and bold with its blooms. But it is, you know, where I came from, the Pacific Northwest, things would start getting a little crunchy, a little dried out. Our lawns would start going brown. So I'm just wondering here, because I don't have anything on the first and second, I'm kind of going back to something here. Because the last time we had something here was like January. So now June can be just gorgeous. So I kind of want to do this corner, have this as a corner piece. I'll just have this kind of, let's see. Oh, that might be sticking too much. It's going to kind of go off the corner, and it's going to make it easier to write on the 7, but I wanted this in a little bit more. Let's see if I can. Let's see how well these come up. These are stuck pretty, pretty hard here, but I am going slow. Okay, I got that up pretty well, but it is going to be more curly now when I put it down, so it is going to be a little hard to see. And there is a little bit of residue, because these are two different sticker companies. I do expect them to be a little different, so. Okay, so I wanted to put like this key piece, all of these are like within, and then I just kind of push from the middle to the outside. Perfect. Okay, I really like that. Okay, so we still have, did we do April? No. So we did March, April. I'm kind of wondering about something down here. And I think this one for May. Maybe May that we have it down here. And this is kind of like that holiday weekend. Actually, I don't know when Memorial Day is. I need to like pencil in some of those days. Oh, I love that. I love that. So if March is here, April, let's try to put it. Let's see, maybe we do 2 for April. Let's come back to April. April is like one of those months that you can kind of futz around with. And then August, September. Ooh, October. I might pick an October one. I think like these look like they're kind of floating and decaying a little. Let's see, what did I do over here? I have an idea. So if those are there, what if like these kind of came down like little floating flowers? Kind of like that. Like they're not evenly spaced, but I kind of did that on purpose. Like this one's a little high, this one's towards the middle, this one's a little low. And we'll see if like I need, but they're almost like they're hanging on a string. And I kind of like that, like they're being dried. Yeah, November is just little touches. September is, let's see. So we have September, August, and April. I think so. Okay, September, August, and April. Yeah, I'm thinking these guys. So like this for August and like these for April or something. So we don't have much in the middle. And maybe I don't want to do that. Let's do something up there because nothing has been up there yet. Space these out a little bit more. Kind of feel like I'm trying, like when you put this in between these, it's going to draw a natural line, and I'm trying to think like, maybe if I do that, so it kind of, you're kind of swooping down. And then when you get to here, this kind of leads you into like, oh, there's going to be stuff over here. I don't know. September is what it is. But if we're still keeping April on our mind, April can have some gorgeous blooms too. Maybe I want to put something bigger in April. I think so. I think this feels more April to me. I almost want to like put it like really bold. Now, these are from the previous month. So I think I want to do that to shove my eye over to that being the start of the month. I mean, I could have done that here too, because it's way over here is the first. But I don't know. There's just something to each month that sometimes you just go with. So I do have some extra here. So August. I think I want to do a little more reserved. No, I want to use these big ones up and then see if I want to add anything. So here is the 31st, and I think I want to do almost the same thing, only have that in between. I'm wondering about some more here. September is like a big month, And I like how simple October is. November. Do I want to add something here? I think December here, I want to add something for the holidays. Just put a little something right here in between, just to keep an eye on Christmas next year. It's kind of in between. It's kind of like a little header there. And then, because New Year's here, I think I want to add one little thing here too, because it's kind of that night. So be careful planning here, be careful planning here. And then, yeah, it's just going to be kind of a, I mean, you have more kind of celebrations there, while November is like a little bit more subdued. Keeping that just really simple. I just love both of these line shapes, so I don't want to complicate it. October, I think I want to put one more up here. These are very samey, but no, I think 3. I think the rule of thirds, but let's put one up here. There we go. Do I want to do anything like that for November? August. Maybe I think I do want to put something here, because that first, just put this here, just so that the first is more obvious there. And then July is my birthday month, so I might put a little something extra there. This one, I think I want to balance it out just slightly here. I think I'm going to put this all the way down in this corner. I think this might be enough. April might need another one. Let's go back to January. January is very simple. It is like beginnings. So I don't think I want to put anything there. Tiny, simple. And I skipped over February. Okay. I love that. Let's put just a little something in this corner. So I have these 2 left. April, I might put something here. I'm not going to like do that for every single one. But August, there's like so much going on here that it just kind of helps to see the beginning and the end of each month, especially during a month that, you know, a lot of people go on vacation. This is plenty here. I don't really want to do anything more there. Okay, so that's about all I wanted to show. I think I want to just put one more for July because it is, yeah, it's just my birthday month. Why not? There are usually a lot of flowers blooming. And actually, I think I'll put it like right about here. So, and then one more tiny little, maybe May. Put this up here. There we go. So I used up these and these, and I just needed my months decorated. Starting off simple here, and then I may use just pencil in here. Honestly, I was thinking about that. just to put a pencil in here and then maybe some dots. I want to be able to move things around. So we have January, February, March. I like that. That's really nice. Yeah, even though, like, again, the 1st is way over here and there's a bunch of days here and it's a full 31 days, this is enough. Like, I like how simple that is to start off the year. In April as well. It's pretty big and bold. And then May gets just a little bit more. May has a lot of things going on in June. June is a month, man. There's always so much going on during June. Now that was my experience in the US. I am interested to see how it changes here. And I love this. This turned out really well. And August, yeah. Again, it's kind of like those days between Christmas and New Year's where you lose track of time sometimes in August. Especially this being a big vacation month for my son. So I don't know what we have planned, and then September he'll probably go back the last bit here and be full on back into school into September, and that's going to be busy. And I like these. And then November starts getting a little simpler again. Yeah, about mid-month here is when Sinterklaas comes here. And then here, just marking these 2 days and having just some simple decor there. So that's just kind of how I'm going to be setting up things. I just thought I'd do at least that much. And then, see, like this, I swear, maybe they're all the same, from the same artist, who knows? And they're coming back together in here. These, I would, again, use very functionally, whether I use dot stickers, dot markers, color code things. Keep it very, very simple though. Like, okay, maybe Patreon is all blue and then YouTube is all pink, or I don't know, something like that so that I can see. Or I just use a pencil and have kind of a key. So this is like coming up very quickly. It feels weird because I just planned for the week of Christmas, but then the next week after Christmas is this week here. So I'll be starting in on using this very soon, but I need to plan further ahead. Again, like there's like planner day and I don't know, just like days that I want to like pencil in to remember and plan earlier for. And then, yeah, just that's how simple this is. That's how simple things can be. And I don't mind, navigating rings. I've always liked going between the two. So yeah, we're going to see. And hey, if this doesn't work, if I want to switch covers, I got 2 other ones I can use. If I really don't like rings, I do have a sterling ink core, which does not have the pages in the back, but it does not have the, do I have it here? I thought I had it close by. I think it's right here. Yeah. So I do have this one that is in the same paper and just has the regular layout for the weeks. So it is kind of nice that you could just like write a bunch of things here, but there's something about this sidebar that I feel like I'm going to be using. Could you just recreate it here? Of course, you could totally do that. So if you have like a sterling ink or something very similar and you're like, that's a great idea to just have some on the side. It's very much a horizontal meets vertical. Or, you know, you can draw the line straight across and then not use these at the top and use horizontal on one side and then you use this as notes. Like you can really change things up, but I did get this core one just kind of as a backup in case. I don't know, I really liked it. And I do kind of mark these as like, what year could I reuse them if it's not 2026? Like when could I reuse this? Because I do have some planners around that I wouldn't necessarily have to order from the US again because it's quite pricey. So anyway, all that to say, if things don't work the first time or you try some, you can always mix it up. You can always change things. I can rearrange everything in here so that I have the month right next to the week. I can add a bunch of things in here, like the order log there. Sometimes I have a few orders coming in, but it's much more rare now because it just costs so much. I mean, it costs a lot now to get things into the US, and now it costs a lot. So I'm trying to find artists here in the EU that I can buy from. And I found quite a few: Journal Blend, Creo with Gabby. There's a few more that are close by there. So anyway, change things up. Try. So this is my intentions. I might do another video of just the vision board here. And what I can do is just kind of walk through it because that would be the last thing that I would really need to do in here. But I think it's going to be really key because, again, the one I had last year kept it simple, but it was scary to put in there, saying like, this is what I want to do this year. It is a scary thing, but it's good to have some intentions. And yeah, there's going to be disappointments on the way, but you can always hope. And I think hope is a good thing right now. Okay, this is a couple days later, and I wanted to include some additional things some updates, changes that I've made. I guess they're not changes, they're just updates to this. So I showed all the months and everything, but I actually ordered some more stickers because I used up all of those lovely stickers. And I got some more and I put them here on this yearly. I just wanted a few more towards the front here. And then I also put some things here. It's almost a week later, actually. This is the day after Christmas. Yeah. And what day is it? And then I also wanted some on the quarterly. So I just penciled these in. These aren't officially written in here. I want to write in ink. But what I did was I kind of had the stickers kind of go around each side, but yet opposite. And I'll show you what I mean here. I just needed some accents on each page so it felt more like a frame. And yeah, it feels a lot better. And I was really fortunate that Journal Blend here in the Netherlands had 2 more sheets. And so I was able to kind of fill those up. And then I added a couple more things here. So then on the yearly here, I put those there. And then I also added my goals in here. So this is what I was working on. This is what takes the longest, right? You're trying to put your goals together, come up with a vision board. That's the word I've been trying to come up with. Just to go just a little bit further here, I still don't plan on really dressing up the weekly much unless there's maybe like one sticker or something that I think maybe just a single sticker, you know. I'm going to have some highlights and some colored stickers here. I picked out some neutrals here and then some icons that I'm going to be using. One's a little bit more pink and tan and a little bit more neutral. So I have some of these to use to just functionally plan. And then I have my little bunny corn here who's, cheering me on. But the biggest part was also just getting my goals in. And so I watched quite a few videos, well, maybe 3, is that quite a few, on, what to kind of put into your vision board and what to kind of think about for your goals. And what I saw a couple times was actually having some numbers that you look at all the time. And so I actually came up with some numbers of like Patreon channel, like even though it's super high, I can aim for it, right? And like clients, number of clients that I'm actively working with. And yeah, I don't want to go too much into what these goals are because I'm going to come out with another video on both personal and work goals. So these are just my work goals, and how I use my own insert over here, because I keep changing how I'm using this insert, but I have not redesigned it. So this is like the 3rd year I'm using it, and I want to go over all of that in a separate video. So yeah, I think that kind of finishes up this whole section. It's nice to have these decorated, to have all my months decorated. And so I can just kind of jump in. I also went through and put my son's days off. And so that's really helpful. There's a bunch coming up in May here, April and May, that I wanted to make sure was on here. Yeah, so I feel like really good that this is all set up. I do feel pretty good about having a separate work planner again. I think this one's going to work a lot better. I did mention a little earlier in this video that the A5 Slim Manager's Notebook just didn't really work for me. It was a little too overly complicated. I thought, and I'll just kind of go towards the back here, I thought, having a vertical, which is what I have in here, of recording everything that I'm doing, would be nice. It's gorgeous typography. It has all the numbers, even has 24-hour time, which would work even better for me now. But I didn't need the in-between pages at all. I felt like that was a little much, but I could have done like a horizontal. So I definitely recommend this notebook for if you want to do a hybrid. It really, because this is the thinner paper, you can have your vertical and then draw a quick horizontal and do kind of a dashboard here. I think people were spot on for doing that. And then it's when it came to like the monthly, sure, you can record things. And I went through and I put all the months at the top here that I had collected over the years from Sterling Ink. But when it came to this page, and I think this did stump some people, I did see some really good examples of people. And this is what I got the most excited about. I'm like, wait, I can put like, it doesn't have to be habits or tasks. It can be, it could be habits and tasks if it's personal, but for work, just having a project and then seeing what your stop days are within the month, and even you can run it over into the next month. It still didn't work for me. And plus we moved in, up until the end of June, we were just running around trying to get everything done. And from July, when we moved here, the first week of July through the rest of the year, there are blank spots in a lot of my planners, and I'm just rolling with it. It helped to have like maybe a quick checklist of things, and to just really focus on our digital calendars for all the appointments that we were making. So yes, unfortunately, I wasn't able to ever show this planner because I never really utilized it how I really wanted to. I'm glad I have this, to reference. But I don't think I would get it again. Some things I don't know, I just need it a little different. I think the fact that this doesn't have a horizontal or extra pages helps in that big kind of chart. I don't know. There's something, I've used Sterling ink for a long time. This feels very much at home for me. The rings I've been wanting to get more into. I like this kind of form factor. Feels like, I don't know, to me it makes it feel more important. And I dressed it up very flowery and shiny and luxe in my interpretation of that and what I had on hand. I've been collecting this over the years, and so to be able to kind of put it together, I mean, a lot of this stuff was bought a couple years ago, and I knew I wanted to have a A5 rings at some point. I just didn't quite have it all together yet. But yeah, I feel really good about this. I'll put this guy back in a moment. So yeah, that's my work planner, and I have a goal to use this, and I will go all into that during my goals video. So let me know if you have any questions, and I hope the chapters helped here so you could kind of skip along to whatever you enjoy. I have a lot of videos coming out, so consider liking and subscribing on the way out today, and leaving a comment for like what planner you're choosing this year. Do you have a separate work planner? Sometimes I've loved having them together because then you don't have to write really important things twice. Like say I have a really important, well, like my infusions, on a Monday, I do need to record them in here so that I'm very well aware during all my business stuff that I don't schedule anything on top of that. So, and yeah, I use a digital planner, and that's where I check a lot of my conflicts. And then because I very often, if I write it out in the week, I'm like, oh wait, I double booked myself, and I never realized that until I put it into the weekly. But since I look at the weekly view in the digital, I kind of transfer it over here. And this is more going to be kind of like recording what I'm doing every week, but also planning ahead content-wise. So at some point, I'm going to have just a swatch, all my Tombow swatches in the back. I don't have that yet because I just want to relax with my family for a while, and I can do those in between some of the things that we're doing. So take care, everyone. If you enjoyed this, I do have a couple more. I have that set up. I have vision boards that I'm going to be showing. Yeah, my personal setup with Faded Chronicle. I'm starting on that. I'm penciling things in because I need to draw things in to some of the pages. So that's what I'm doing for that. I'm hoping in the next couple days I can get that one out too, because it's like kind of late, but yeah. Anyway, consider liking this, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye.